I think we had a very fruitful meeting as the governor coming from Busia. We have just talked about the issue concerning COVID-19 because Busia is faced with a crisis, a problem of not their making, but because it is an international border. But from previous meetings with the president, now with the CSS, a fund will be created to assist Busia sort out the mess that we have now, the COVID-19. So I want to say that as a representative for the Busia people, we shall continue cooperating and collaborating with the national government. Thank you.
We are very happy as governors from Western Kenya region for taking this opportunity to meet and focus on development. And I want to thank the government and particularly the chair of today's meeting for the cordial discussions we have had. And basically we have realized that there are quite a number of projects that the national government has started in our region, but most of them are stalled because of either follow-up or one problem or another. So now with all the leadership in the region focusing on development, we believe that we will see fast transformation of our region and focus less on politics but on development.
I want to emphasize that we have not come here for politics, but we have come here for development of Western region. Our first agenda was to look at stalled projects. There are quite a number of projects that were started in the past and they are not moving. So we wanted to engage, we have come here to engage the executive to see how these projects can be progressed. Secondly, there are new projects that we intend to undertake in that particular region. And we wanted, since the new budget is starting from 1st July, we wanted to know what is in there for the region so that we are able also to follow. And thirdly, the most critical issue was actually agriculture. As you know, the economy of that region depends on agriculture. And that's why you see the CS agriculture here, and I think he has expanded very well on the issues that we looked at. Then lastly, we had floods in that particular region. The floods displaced quite a number of families, and we wanted to know where we can fit as a region in the economic recovery fund, the 53 billion Kenya shillings that was announced by the president last month. And lastly, the government had promised to start 2 factories. In Western, the granite factory, in Vihiga, and the gold factory in Kakamega. These are very critical factories that was promised by the government, and we wanted to know also when these particular factories are going to commence. We have had a very fruitful meeting, and of course, being the first meeting, we could not clear everything, and we have agreed now to have a further meeting in July. At that time, that particular meeting will now be in Western region.
And as the chair of the Council of Governors said, we will move to the ground. In fact, had it not been for COVID and the challenges related to movement, we would have loved to have this meeting in Kakamega so that we are also able to bring in other lower level representation, MCAs and the others, so that we sit together and look at some of these projects together with the people who are affected, so that we listen to Wananchi also, who are affected in some of these areas. So as we navigate around the challenge of COVID-19, we will do more of our work in the field and meet with the leaders in the field. And we will not accept cases where people lie to us. Sometimes you get reports that tell you a road is 70% complete. And when you meet these leaders here, they tell you it's not even 20% complete in certain cases. So our colleagues who are especially in the infrastructure sector, and my brothers and I have had these discussions before, lower level officials, let's not frustrate the work that ministers and PSS are doing. No minister or no PS can be everywhere in the country. We depend on the lower level officials who supervise this work to do their work. But in cases where you are actually trying to navigate around and play games, you will face the law. About the meeting we have had, these leaders have spoken to us very candidly. They have pointed out to us areas where we need to improve, and we will. They have drawn our attention to areas where projects have been delayed, and we have explained to them and taken note of them. And we have assured them, as the Governor of Paranya has said, in the next 1 month, we will have a meeting in the field, not here, where when people tell us they have done 10 balls, we will drive around with them to see them, where they are. And then the contractors and all those other people who keep, hoping that they will survive through that kind of navigation, they will not. We are going to be very hard, and we will do what we have been assigned to do.